promise I'm gonna have a theme song.
Toys, 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 toys.
You guys off.
Toys, 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 toys.
And TV and movies too.
All right, everybody, welcome back to the Toy Team. And we're here on Saturday. It's noon. This is our regular scheduled time. Let me get rid of that. Black Friday, Cyber Monday, and then, of course, Blue Saturday is mixed in there. I just cut you guys off. You were having like a really good conversation. But I was we were supposed to go live 2 minutes ago. So sorry about that. Today we got Ways of the Sith up here.
What's up?
Orange or blue hat. And then
I knew Rick was here, so had to Rick
is here. And I don't know who this guy is. We call him the phone interrupter.
Usually calls in or usually shows up at 7 o'clock once the stream is over.
Right.
Yeah. Vern blocked me on his phone, right?
We're gonna have
calling
to change the time now because Dino figured out what time we were actually on. Anyway,
everyone.
if you want to join the channel memberships are available. You can always feel free to super chat. This is the holiday, so feel free.
Yep.
I like the
The price is still the same as last week. $500 super chat, and I will disappear from this stream.
We don't want that.
Oh, I didn't set a price. I just said to keep increasing them until we get there. Anyways, let's say hi to some people in the chat. It looks like Rick is advertising for a battery daddy.
official
Who
one.
has one?
Everybody should have a battery daddy at this point.
Yeah, Vern has not shipped them out to everybody yet, so we're waiting on our investment.
I seen a link
The logo head on.
one.
You know?
Gap is here. Jonathan Redmond, Gerard Kane. Let's see. Fuller's Figures.
Hey,
What's up, Connor?
Darth Lycan has joined us.
What's up?
Hey, Dark, like,
I think maybe a lot of people, or David
Yeah.
R is here. Hello.
David?
I think a lot of people may be interested to find out what the heck Blue Saturday is. Did you guys figure it out? It falls between Black Friday and Cyber Monday.
No, I thought this was Small Business Saturday.
It's the Saturday where you're blue because you spent all your money on Friday.
Or you're blue because you couldn't find any good deals on the Friday.
Yeah, I couldn't find anything. I went out looking, and I was trying to use the GameStop reward like in person because you still have to pay shipping for it if you order it online. So I have a $15 coupon. So I was like, all right, I'll go into the store. I'll see what I find. Nothing.
Can you also save shipping at GameStop by like going in there and ordering from them in store and just having a pickup time there?
Yeah, having it picked up.
I do that store pickup kind of thing.
Yeah, you could do that.
Doesn't always work on our website, so I just go in store. I like to pre-order item number 45321, please.
Yeah. Or you can get like they have like a little display with the cards, and you just pick the card and you bring it up to the register, and you can pre-order.
Can you imagine 15 years ago or 20 years ago, you walk into Toys R Us or something, and you're like, "Yeah, I like to pre-order item number SKU 456." They're like, "What the hell? How do you know this
who remembers
information?"
service merchandise? Did you guys have a service merchandise in your area?
Yeah, it was called Consumers Distributing, and it was like a branch of Sears, which I think it might have been in the States as well. But yeah, it was like a mail
so
order catalog.
A tag off a wall, and then bring it to the register, and then they would bring it from out back.
Yeah, more or less. Like you go to the little store, and it was like just a little store with a bunch of catalogs in it, like Sears catalogs. Sears had it too, and you'd flip through the catalog. And this is like how it was in cowboy days, believe it or not. Like this is how they ordered shit. They'd pick out in the newspaper or the catalog, I want this toy number. And then they go to the back and they get it.
I think
just go to the back. In the cowboy days, did you not watch Open Range? That Kevin Costner ordered
like
tea
the
set
Hudson
from the
Bay
catalog,
Company.
ripped out the page so nobody else could order any tea sets.
The Hudson Bay Company, which was one of the first stores ever, they traded like, beaver pelts for, a bay blanket, the famous bay blanket. But yeah, they did have stock of stuff. Like they became physical stores at some
I do
point.
remember looking through the Sears catalog and JCPenney's catalog, because you get to the back and they'd have like the 10 pages of toys and stuff like that. And I remember the Star Wars stuff was in there.
I would like to have a 1984 Sears wish book. That's what I
100%.
Got the AT-AT and all the Hoth stuff.
They're expensive.
Yeah,
they are. Unless you find them at a flea market or something, right?
Well, it's crazy because like even today, like you think about like, oh yeah, that's really cool that they had this like book like so many years ago. But every Christmas I get a really thick Target book, right, from Target with like toys.
Yeah,
and I always just toss it. I never have the forethought to think like, hey man, in 30 years, somebody's going to say, remember when they used to send out these books every year? And I just toss them. And I never think.
Remember when they used to email you about Black Friday deals?
Yeah.
Click on this link.
It's really not good for like Star Wars or anything like that in those magazines. Like
they got looked at the underwear section.
Yeah.
But when they emailed you this year, it was emails to say your account's locked. Click here to unlock it. Your order hasn't shipped yet. You need to click here to update your credit card number.
Yeah, who does that? Who does that? Yeah. Does Target do that?
Hasbro, right? Is it Hasbro
to update your stuff? No, scammers are doing it.
Usually I was going to usually.
Oh, is that right? Oh man, is that who I've been sending it to?
Yeah, it's all those emails.
That's how I get all my money.
The post office has not sent you one email, to unlock your package to be delivered. That is somebody else.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I know. I get it all the time. Your subscription has expired. Click here.
Yeah, Rick, can you tell us more about when you were a teenager and the other Cowboys ordered?
They're getting good though. Like when they actually come from, PayPal.com or Amazon.com. They come from official like website links, and then it's all the other letters after that point you somewhere else. But so you got to be careful, man. They're not just out to mess with grandma. They'll try to mess with anyone.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So I am curious, did anybody besides Waze, because he said he did venture out yesterday to actually look for anything? And did you find what you were looking for?
Well, I ordered on bestbuy.com. So I went to the store, picked it up. So
that's
not
what
the same.
I mean.
And I did browse around.
No, I mean like, or did you find it? Okay, so both of you guys, I didn't go shopping at all yesterday. Rick, did you do anything yesterday, shopping wise?
Some groceries at Walmart, nothing.
Okay, so no real browsing.
I never find stuff. I looked again this morning.
These two guys look like they went venturing around. So did you find anything?
Oh yeah.
That you weren't intending to get?
Yes,
and
100%.
said, this is a great deal. I got to get it.
No, I saw the new Dune McFarlane figures though yesterday, which were pretty cool. I checked them out.
I saw one.
But were they on sale?
No. They just came out.
No deal.
No, they just came out.
Buy two figures, get one free.
Yeah, that's what I was looking for, but I couldn't find two things that I was looking for, or three things that I was looking for.
Yeah.
So.
Gap didn't go out. He ordered online. Let's see. Matt is saying hello.
Hey Matt.
He's been busy playing Atari.
Did anybody do
it? Did you get new Atari, Matt?
Yeah. There's a story. What?
Did anybody do the Hasbro Pulse stuff or do anything from there? No.
UK called Argos that you need to write down a catalog number. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was expecting more stuff on there to be on sale. Like it wasn't as good as the year-end sale they did last year in like the spring, or I guess like end of winter, beginning of spring, where it lasted like 3 weeks and every couple of days they put new stuff up. That's what I was hoping they were going to do again, but no.
Yeah, this year seemed kind of weird to me because it seemed like all the sales started like a week or so ago anyways. So there was really no reason to go Friday. And the online sales seemed like they were going to be way better than anything you can get in store.
Yeah, pretty much.
Which again is no reason to go anywhere. And then there just wasn't anything like
I picked up Lola for $15.
Yeah, but okay, that's pretty cool. But did they even like drop anything? Like sometimes they like hold stuff back and they say this is going to be released on Friday or something.
Yeah, no, there was nothing.
All the
like
bins,
that, right?
all the bins at Walmart where they're all wrapped up and you can't buy anything until Black Friday at 5 a.m. or 6 a.m. They had a bunch of those, and it was all like whatever.
It's just overstock, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
We don't
or
have a lot
a
of-
$50 TV, right? Which has like 0 refresh rate, and
there's only one per store.
it's the LCGD.
Yeah, exactly.
I tell you, one of the coolest items that I just picked up was this Red Ryder BB gun.
It is
Yeah, but
cool.
we had that for a couple of weeks. And
No, I think I picked it up last week.
yeah, well, then you really ran outside and did
Where
a
did
video.
you where did you buy it
Yeah.
from?
Get it
Walmart.
from Walmart.
They
I
sell
think
it.
it's Walmart's like a Walmart exclusive.
Don't waste your
We
money.
don't have those here, believe it or not.
No.
What
You
you
know,
said?
people
Don't waste
knock
your
down
money?
a can from like
It's not
2
a big
feet away.
Canadian. It's not a big Canadian thing, but we
This
kind
allows
of
a shot burn.
adapted it. So stores do have Cyber Monday and Black Friday and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So
But
you
no-
want to know what I bought, or are you just
No,
going
it
to
used
skip
to be.
over me?
Yes. Yes.
So I went to Full Moon Toys and Collectibles yesterday, and I bought vintage. I picked up a vintage
Just kidding.
Leonardo as the werewolf.
Ninja Turtles are not vintage, right?
Ninja Turtles are 80s. That's
They're
vintage.
90s. Power Rangers.
There were some that came out in the 80s, and
In
those are
89?
like good ones.
in the
But
fall of
the ones
89.
that you probably
I'm
bought
just-
were in the 90s, which are just like, it's like that millennial generation wishes their stuff was vintage.
Flex, Dino, come on, show us.
You're going to have to
Stop
stick it on my
fighting.
notes for the next video.
No,
Look,
I guess I would consider, like, to me that's vintage. Like,
Of
'cause
course, I get it. Yeah.
it
It is
was
vintage for it.
Well,
It
I
was
call
like
it
when I
vintage because
collected.
they
Yeah.
NECA released the movie Monsters. So
Yeah. You can get that Leonardo again.
Gap
It's-
is saying if they
Yeah.
didn't come out this year or last year, whatever, not too many years, they're not.
Yeah, because
vintage.
that's true. That's what they've been doing lately with the turtle stuff. Is like they're just re-releasing the same stuff again in the same packaging, same everything.
right.
The reason is now not for
It's
like me
overstocked.
and Dino and Vern, because we're 39, right?
Right,
Or
and a
older,
half.
maybe. We might be older. But our generation, they've already re-released all of our vintage toys, so to speak. So now, ways to sit. Now your generation, 90s kids, now they're now Power Rangers and Ninja Turtles are the shit. Like those are the hot, believe it or not, the
And
hot selling kind of
things-
toys because you guys got your money now.
And the things for me really are like the Spider-Man retros and now the X-Men 97. Like they hit a spot for me for
sure.
nostalgia, because like that was how I got into Marvel. Like that's how I started collecting, was the Toy Biz Marvel stuff on those cards. So like to see
Yeah,
that being reissued now in
They
Legends is
planned it many
really-
years in advance. So, like, what will the next group of toys or cartoons, if there was, from the
Yeah.
early 2000s that'll be, retro in a couple of years? As Hasbro already
That's
planned,
true.
to make,
Look,
Yeah, that's
look at
true.
Matt,
Since-
a youngling at 47, and he's saying he's feeling it.
yeah.
Wait till you get to my age, pal.
I can't
Wait,
even
real
because
quick.
like now they're
Because-
hitting. Oh, I'm sorry. I was just saying now they're hitting like the Power Rangers with the 30th
For sure.
anniversary stuff, but I can't think of like what would be the next thing. Let us know in the chat if you guys come up with something that you think from like
Yeah, because
The
I want to
2000s
capitalize
era.
off it as well.
what
You
we
mean,
can
like,
since
What they're
Toy
going to
Biz-
bring back from like a vintage era?
from
Well-
like the 2000s era of what would that be like consider. So like for me, like I said, the X-Men 97 and the Spider-Man animated stuff would be my generation's like rehash. What would be the rehash from like the next
Got mad and
Out
left.
of here.
generation?
You know what I think? This is what I think. I think with Star Wars, they've already kind of been doing it. I think
Yeah.
we're going to see a lot more of these Power of the Force versions of the figures,
Oh,
Yeah, I could see that.
or
I could
something
see
like that, right?
Or hitting,
For all
or like I was saying last week, hopefully hitting some of the prequel era stuff. Like
for all the Ahsoka lovers.
Yeah.
Burns only 36. Yeah, G-Force is saying that I'm 76.
What color cowboy hat did you wear when you were a cowboy back in the day, Vern?
Oh, you know what? If you go to if you are a channel member, let me see if I can find it. Okay, like I did these
Vern was
members
probably
posts.
Still
I
bougie
think
back
they were
then.
in my members posts. Well, just because you're asking. Let me see.
And Dino, I'm assuming because you're a cowboy as well, you've ridden a horse before?
No, I'm not. I don't like it. You know, believe it or not, and Lack, don't dislike me or anything, but cowboys and cowboy movies, I've never really been into.
My dad
Right,
was
so
a big fan.
this is one of the posts that I have, and it's me on my
Oh
AMF
yeah,
hot seat with my
With your
hat.
Red Ryder. With your
that
Red
is
Ryder.
a sweet ride.
Yeah.
Dude,
No, you
that
know
is
what it
so
was? It
cool.
was it's
That was
like a
back in the day when you
colonial,
could
almost
carry
like
around
a.
a gun.
It was one of those triangular cowboy hats where it had like the roll on the side and the roll on the back, like almost like
That was a colonial hat, not a
like a colonial
cowboy
hat.
hat. Yeah.
So wait,
Cowboy,
since
you
toy
burn.
was your thing back in the day, you were talking Marvel and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Do you collect any vintage Toy Biz carded figures? So
no, I do the Marvel Legends on those card backs, and I keep them knit in package and just hang them on the wall because that's like my nostalgia is that package, that artwork, that
that's what I do with the Spider-Man animated ones.
I got a
that's
couple,
what I'm talking about. Those ones.
couple of the Toy Biz Hulks where he's bending the pipe.
Okay, yeah.
So I got one on card.
Good.
Yeah, I don't really do vintage. I don't even with Star Wars, like I don't collect vintage. I don't do TVC. I just do Black Series 6-inch stuff.
So I really liked it when Hasbro made that Marvel Legends Hulk on the card back.
Yeah.
And he's bending the pipe again. I'm like, oh, dude. So because I wasn't a kid back then, but I just I try to get all the older Hulks, vintage Hulks, and then all the Hulks in between.
Yeah, I don't do any kind of like vintage stuff. I just whatever like 6-inch stuff that they redo now. Like I got the 30th anniversary Power Ranger stuff. I do classifieds, and then I do Black Series, and then the Spider-Man stuff I keep on card because that's, like I said, that's my like nostalgia back to being a child. And then now the X-Men 97 stuff.
All the different ages we have in here, and even in the chat, who would collect these if, say, Hasbro made these or someone else made these in 6-inch scale? So similar to what Mattel did.
Hold
with
on
the
a second.
Origin.
So if they made Star Wars figures in a 6-inch scale,
but these figures, not super articulated Black Series.
You know where I can put them right over there on my shelf, right there next to the other Star Wars figures that are 6-inch.
Kenner style, but they could add in like maybe an elbow and a knee articulation like they did with the He-Man figures. Because I really liked what they did. That He-Man figures, they're the same.
I get what you're
saying. But they're a little better. Like you can display them to look the exact same card back, loose or carded. But
speaking of He-Man, are you guys in on that Turtles of Eternia stuff that they're doing? The crossover with TMNT and
not at all.
I'm not a turtle guy, but I think they're pretty cool. I do think they're pretty cool. Like
I'm not an Eternia, like I'm not a Motu guy, so I have no like interest in that. But
I collect Motu, vintage Motu, a little bit of modern. Same with Ninja Turtles, vintage and a little bit of modern. But I had a few.
I had the 4 turtles when they first came out, but the only turtle figures that I ever want is the musical Mutagen Tour turtles.
Okay, yeah.
The new ones or the vintage? Did they have those?
No, the new ones. I missed them, and the only reason I'll say it again is because I worked at Six Flags at the time that they were touring, and because I worked in that department, I was there at the concert helping them put their costumes on and stuff like that. That's cool. So it was kind of cool, and that would have been because it would have just reminded me of that time, right? So, but I'm not going to be spending people's out of aftermarket prices for them.
No,
yeah, they're expensive. That's that.
They might re-release it anyways.
I want a set of the turtles, like just the 4. That's all I want. And I've been looking. I picked up the Secret of the Ooze sets for my buddy, but they never came back in stock, so I could grab a set of them. So like I keep looking, but have not seen them.
I've seen them in store once.
Yeah, I haven't even seen them in store. I've seen like the first ones in stores again, but not the Secret of the Ooze ones, and those are the ones that like I would like to get. The set
I wouldn't mind getting those, but I already have the other one, so it's kind of like
okay, yeah.
I don't know. It's
kind of collect them all, $60,
$70 for 2 figures. It's it adds up.
I may settle for the ultimate cartoon ones they're doing that they're coming out with. Yeah,
I have 0 Power Turtle Rangers. Zero.
So can I ask a question to Matt out in the chat? Zero Toy Hunter. So did you pick up? He said he's playing Atari. So did he pick up the new Atari that you can put cartridges in? Have you guys seen that?
Do
Yeah,
you follow me on Twitter?
It's on Amazon.
Do you follow me on Twitter?
I don't. I haven't been on Twitter forever. I just.
If you follow me on Twitter, you know I tweeted out the link to that.
No, I seen it. I think I actually grabbed the link and looked at it. I think it was.
So you just asked, have we seen it? Nope, we haven't seen it.
All right, I'll see you guys.
I did a video on it. Did you watch my video?
Second time.
Do you watch my YouTube? Because I did a whole video.
You didn't do a video on that one, did you?
We both did.
Maybe that's where I heard it from.
No, we didn't.
That's funny.
But yeah, so yeah. Oh, nice, Matt. So can you put vintage cartridges in it, or is it just?
Yes, please let us know. Can you use your old Atari cartridges in the new Atari? That would be like really cool, right?
Those cartridges are older than I am.
I have like 20. I have
I think they should.
Cartridges.
Is there a way to use like a game gun on an LCD or an LED TV that without the little sensor bar? Or do you have to have the sensor bar?
You need a sensor bar.
Yeah, because that would be the way to do it, right? Get that Atari, make a sensor bar for it, and then you can bring back like Duck Hunt and stuff.
But that's Nintendo, dude. That's not Atari.
It's video games. Hey, has anyone seen this Dino Machino sticker I have?
Nice.
Yeah. Nope, never seen one.
I like that. That was made by Cap Cave. Cap Cave made that.
It's work Cap Cave.
That's awesome.
Fantastic.
Did you send Josh one?
I haven't. No, I don't know his address. I want to get a little package to him, but I don't have his address.
And Super John, who's absent, I believe he sent.
Would you say interesting?
That is cool.
This is Harry.
Yeah, he sent me
Harry.
that.
Harry.
Harry Hattie. Harry.
Look at that mirror. Ooh.
What is that thing? Is that worth like $5 million?
Canadian.
Those are new ones, right?
Canadian.
Yeah, I think it's because I don't think they had hologram.
He's saying,
oh, no kidding.
7,800 cart work on. Oh, so like if you have an Atari 7,800, is that what he's saying? You can use those cartridges.
Yeah,
you know what I play my original Atari cartridges on? My
original
Atari 2600.
You have one?
Yeah, but I have that Sears version, so it doesn't actually say Atari on it.
I have a new sponsor.
Exactly the same, but it was the Sears version.
Yeah, I have the wood grain version. Whatever.
Yeah, it's the same. It's exactly the same box, except for it has a different like logo on it because it was sold through Sears. They logoed it.
What was your favorite Atari game, and why was it ET?
Pong.
That belonged in a big gigantic landfill somewhere.
That was actually a really good game, though.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, no, it was fantastic.
It was horrible.
Was there any good games on the Atari?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
2600.
So no, on the 2600, I used to play Yar's Revenge and Pitfall, like just almost endlessly.
I don't remember any memorable games from that. Like I remember ColecoVision came out, and Donkey Kong and things like that were the early Nintendo kind of games.
Oh. What about the Superman? You never played Superman?
And television
was good. Superman was like ET.
No, ET fell in a hole and you couldn't get out.
Yeah,
no, I never played
you get to lift up your neck and float out.
And the games
that was so fun. Asteroids at Home.
I love Kaboom. Kaboom was one of my favorite games. Remember Kaboom with the jail guy up top dropping bombs?
I like Joust. Joust was my arcade game. That was my game.
Joust was great. I actually bought one of those arcades, the home arcades that had it. Joust.
I loved.
I come over and play.
I actually sold it because I ran.
I have roll of quarters ready to go.
Yeah, I have the Star Wars arcade, the Atari one instead.
Does it take Canadian quarters?
It takes no quarters. it takes a please and a thank you.
What if you don't say please?
Then you
zaps you.
Play, man. You can't play.
Dang. Do you have a cabinet you actually sit in it?
No, but they actually sold one similar to it. It's the arcade one-ups.
Oh, so you have to stand there?
But they did make
You
a
gotta
seated
stand.
version.
You got to stand there.
Yeah.
You remember the old 2-seater sit-down ones, like
With the racing?
Pac-Man, or you sit down and they'd have like an ashtray and like a drink holder, or they just have burns on it from cigarettes because there was no ashtray.
Yeah.
Yeah, those were cool. I like those little sit-down things. Those were cool.
I also used to play Defender all the time, but
Yeah,
usually at the
Defender's a good
arcade.
game.
That was I love that game.
On the Atari was great.
And then
in America, did you like put your quarter up on the machine for like next game?
Yeah, you'd line it up, and sometimes you'd go up there with your 7 quarters to hold your 7 places in line.
I have an arcade 1-up that has all the Atari games. It has like, I think 12 Atari games. It has Asteroids and
Asteroids was cool. I remember that one.
Tempest. Tempest was a
Tempest
great game.
was cool too. Yeah.
Jonathan, I've got jackets older than Dino. All right, let me pull this up. Let's do this catch up on the PKE meter. The HasLab last week it was at 14,475. This week is at 15,356, which means it did unlock the next tier, right? Which was what, a holster
15.
or something like that?
It was, I don't know what it was.
And then it's still got 16 days left, so I think it's probably going to unlock the whole thing. That would be my guess.
Has anybody order it?
No, nobody here. I think
Eric did.
Eric's.
That's like $3 million in a week. Like
I was pretty tempted. I'm still debating on it, but I don't know if I want to drop.
So this one's doing really well too. The Cobra Mothership was at 1435 last week, and it is at 1443. So it picked up like 8 backers in a week. That's a big comparison, man. That's awful.
I ordered one.
Did you
use this for interest-free payments of 44?
I'm gonna use it as
the whole 495
for the winter time.
Yeah. You ordered one of these?
No.
It is pretty cool. I think Bob did.
G.I. Joe.
It is. I think it's neat, but it's like there's no way I'm ever gonna get it just because of the 3.5 inch scale or whatever.
If it was $199, would you get it?
I think we talked about that, and I think that was the price that I think I would have said, yeah, that might be something cool to have. But
for the kids
with the reaction, they haven't had a lot of add-on things. Like they've had the figures. What else? Did they have like a couple of Aliens play sets? Like they had a couple of things, but those were more exclusive. And I don't know. That's the first big kind of reaction because it's a smaller scale. We see all these turtle vans and 7-inch scale vehicles or things now in HasLabs and crowdfunding, but we don't see a lot of 3 3/4 stuff. Even with the vintage collection, we don't see much vehicles anymore. It's weird.
Here. Yeah, and you know what? It's interesting because
what do you mean? The last HasLab was a ship.
No, we're talking about for Super 7.
Store, you can't go to the store right now and buy your niece or your nephew or your kid like an X-wing or a motorcycle.
But you can
for 3 3/4 action figures.
You can buy the Boba Fett Starship.
Yeah.
May still be lingering around GameStop.
If you go to Fumu
Epic Heroes has a couple of Spider-Man vehicles.
Yeah, the 3.75 stuff by me doesn't sell well. Like it just sits on shelves and collects dust. And
all right, I want to give this guy a shout out. Shout out of the week. We're back to doing that. If you're not following Neptune Bay on Instagram, I was checking out some of the action figure photography. Thought it was pretty good. They're only at 2100, 2168. So hopefully they'll catch on anyway. So I thought I'd show a few of the pictures that they have posted.
Cool.
Was that sarcasm, Brian?
No, why?
Only
no, I mean, like this is cotton balls, right? But like or cotton. But they have another version that they have like light behind it and stuff like that, which I thought was really neat. The other thing is there's some horror stuff on there. I think that one, like this Freddy Krueger.
Freddy one. How did he do that?
He's got a series of pictures, so you should, when you go check it out, you can see the different
behind the scenes
setups.
He had a whole bunch of these, like a figure of Freddy.
What?
Is that a figure of Freddy?
Yeah, with it looks like it's one of those extreme set type dioramas because you can tell it's just like cardboard.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Right.
I think it's
I just followed him. It was that easy.
Yeah, that's pretty good. And then I really like this one. This one
That's
he had
awesome.
redone this Fantastic Four cover
We
with
did that.
figures, and I thought that looks really
We
neat.
used to
did
be
that
on
on
that
Points of
Points of
Articulation.
Articulation show.
We
Yeah.
did, but he did not post that for the Points of Articulation. He posted it just for himself. But I mean, that looks pretty cool.
I think that's the
Wow.
exact one I did.
So
I wonder if
1320
he was watching our channel.
Neptune Bay on Instagram. That's the shout
Nice,
out
give him
of the week.
Follow.
We have to give him a follow.
Didn't I do that same exact one on Points of Articulation?
No,
Oh,
you did.
did you win that episode? I don't remember.
Yeah, I think that was something I did pretty close to it.
Let's do it
Looks
again.
good though. Looks really good.
I don't
We
remember.
need a homework competition for the Christmas holidays, I think.
So did you
Yeah, I
guys
have
pick,
my display right here. You see
Did
it?
you guys
Anybody
pick
put
up
up lights
anything
or
else?
tree or anything?
Yeah, I've
Say
had
that
that
again?
a couple weeks.
Tree, lights, nothing.
Yeah, they're doing it right now upstairs as we speak.
No,
Yeah.
you're the bah humbug dude. So I can't
No,
help you
I
with these
did all the
lights.
lights on the outside. Do you see all the lights on my house? All the Christmas lights?
Nope.
Did you just take down your Halloween costumes and in behind it?
Yeah,
were
and then the lights were there.
Check out my Instagram page. I put up my all my lights and music and all that fun stuff.
Too early. Too early.
You guys,
Too early.
did you guys pick up anything else this week, like excluding the Black Friday deals or anything?
And the last things that I picked up were those Viper 3-packs at Ross.
How many did you find?
A couple.
That's
Well,
a
4
great
of them
deal.
were
Got some
there.
retros.
I picked this
That's
up.
That's a great deal.
You ready to see what I picked up the other last week?
No.
What's that? Garfield.
Isn't that the
Mr.
coolest
Bean.
thing?
That's a good one. I found this the other day, which I was actually
It's
like
pretty fat.
pleasantly
He is a
surprised
fat
by.
cat.
It's the Witcher numbered 2-pack.
Okay.
McFarlane. There's only, I guess, 9,000 of them made, but it was normally like $40 and it was on sale for 17, so I grabbed it
I have
Why does
never
it say
seen an episode.
9,900 in the corner?
because that's how many there are of it. It's like a numbered piece, so that's why I didn't open it, because it's
Oh, can I see the actual figures? Can you hold them a little closer? Will they get rid of that?
No, you got to
Oh,
take them out. You got to let them breathe.
Can you take them out so we could see them better because the
Wait,
reflection?
you use your phone?
yeah.
I can,
Yeah.
I used to
Yeah.
use my phone. My eyes can't handle it.
Pretty cool set, and especially since I just finished the show, so I was like watching it and then came across this, so I was like, oh, you know what, I'll grab it. It's pretty cool, and him not playing The Witcher anymore I think makes this a little bit more of a valuable set. So
I would say that 50% of the toys in my GameStop are McFarlane toys.
yeah, I
Between
could see that.
Batman and whatever.
It's weird, like they're listed as like one of the top selling toy brands.
He's definitely one of the biggest. He's in every store and every brand.
Yeah, no, I understand that, but like it's so weird because like you'll see this stuff sit for so long sometimes in like Targets and stuff, and then one day it's just all gone. Like it either hits clearance and people snatch it up, or like people must come in and just find what they're looking for and snatch it up at that point. But like it is something that constantly goes. I don't know. I'm not the biggest McFarlane fan, I guess you could say. Like I
that
like more
McFarlane
stuff
Witcher?
like that.
Is it
Part
really
of the
that
reason,
McFarlane?
here's well, I see it too. Like, because it's very similar here. Because we just have like Walmart, and we have Toys R Us.
Yeah,
Toys R Us it's still a huge store. They get lots of stock, and they rarely sell out of stuff. Eventually, they do, because
Yeah.
3 years later, it's 3 years old. Walmart here, like they'll get in a bunch of McFarlane's. They'll get their 4 or 5 big shipments a year of toys, stock their shelves. Shelves get full, but then things get empty. Like all the Star Wars Black Series will get bought because there's only 8.
yeah.
8 of those figures over a couple weeks will get sold. If they don't get more in for like 4 to 6 months away, they'll get the next wave, and they'll all sit except for like one Lando, and it'll sit there. So my stores here don't get like 5 cases of each new wave. So but when they sell out, there's empty pegs. There's always empty pegs in my Walmart. But when it comes to McFarlane toys, like the Batman and the superpowers and like all kinds of different lines he makes.
Yeah.
Video games, all the different characters. They get lots of them. So like McFarlane will sell them 6 cases of these, and they'll stack the shelves and they'll stay full. But eventually they do sell because there's no other toys for the people to buy. Like whether it's parents and kids buying presents or kids getting desperate for a toy, they've been coming here every day for a month.
And maybe that's the method
they have to
behind
get
it.
the Batman, or
Yeah.
it's kind of that, I think, because they do eventually sell through, like you were saying, and they usually don't mark shit down at Walmart. Like,
yeah, no, and like that's what I was gonna say. Like most of the time, most of the McFarlane stuff, it stays normal price now. Like the only thing I'm seeing sit now are those animated series figures because they're marked up to $30 a figure, and it's like I would have been in on all of them, but yeah, so once I saw they were $30 a piece, I was like, nope, not.
I got them all. I picked those up. I got the 4-pack, the Walmart 4-pack. I found it. I got that $60.
Nice. Yeah, I got the 4-pack of that came out with Harvey, Harley, Joker, and Batman. But like, I would have been in on like the Robin and the Batman and you know Mr. Freeze and stuff, but not for $30 a piece. I couldn't.
The only one I really wanted was the Scarecrow.
Yeah.
But I decided to get them all because you get that Build-A-Figure.
Those card games are still huge here. Like adults. And kids, like they're locked up in cabinets now. You'll go there if you happen to go one day, it might be full, and there's lots of people looking around it, asking to buy some. Then the next day, that whole cabinet's gone. Like it sells through. Like it's the one product in the toy department that I see consistently sells through. Like they sell them all. Even GameStop here, they sell so many
getting newer
Pokemon cards. And I don't know what it is, man. Like, hey, he looked different.
Hey, the name threw me off, man, and that giant beard. Look at that.
But there's still the card games are popular. Like it's hard for
bigger than Rick's now.
Other companies to capitalize off all that madness because there's not a lot of. There's some toys and merch with Pokemon and what's the other one? Magic. But there's other games too. I don't know what they are, but I don't know what's appealing about them really. Especially in the technology video game age we're in now. Are Pokemon cards, do they work with a video game or anything now? Like are they
No.
Pokemon Go app?
But they're vintage.
They're still sought after though. They're like still a big market for them.
Oh, they're huge.
That's what I was saying, yeah.
I bought a couple. I usually buy like one of each pack of cards to have all the artwork. And the ones I started buying like 3 or 4 years ago are now selling for $50-$60 an unopened pack and they're only like 2 or 3 years old, 3 or 4 years old maybe. So they quickly go way up in value. Pokemon is insane.
Yeah, I just don't get it. I don't get it because somewhere there's a warehouse still full of thousands of cases of those.
Yeah, it's weird too because
guaranteed, 100% there.
Where's this warehouse? I need to go find it.
Every state, every province.
And in fact, it's funny you mention that.
That's the market. That's how it's done.
It's funny you guys bring that up. I just stumbled across a first edition 1990, what was it, 98 Pikachu. So
what's that card?
it's the first Pokemon card with Pikachu on it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where did you stumble across that?
A garage sale down the road.
You bought it? Did you buy it?
Oh yeah, I bought it. He had a whole bunch of stuff, and I was like, "Well, I just want the Pikachu." And I actually got the Pikachu American version and the Japanese version, and he sold them both to me for $15.
Yeah, I think I literally threw out all my Pokemon cards.
I think you painted them.
It was literally like a dead after, like, because it started like in my generation when I was a kid, and then there was like a lull period where like nobody cared about any of it. So like I literally just
still doesn't care. In my opinion, nobody cares about any cards. Like if I brought out a box of rare Pokemon cards and I went to like an actual card dealer shop, hey, how much are you buying these for? Yeah, I'm not buying them.
I just went to Full Moon Toys and Collectibles last night, and a woman bought for her son a full binder of baseball cards. They paid $500 for it. So there are people that still care about cards.
Yeah, you're totally
What was
wrong
in
on
that
that,
binder that made it worth
Rick. If you walked in with
$500? Who was
Series
in
1
that?
Pokemon cards to any shop, they
Well,
would
fuck
be
Pokemon. I mean, just like we're real cards. Like, you know, like I got all these autographed pro sports cards. None of them
There's
sell
a
for
whole
like
bunch
more
of
than 20, 30, $40 on eBay and stuff. And then people go and grade them. Like they go and put a $30 acrylic case on them. And then they sell for
They grade 'em like-
$895 for some unknown reason when one not in a graded case.
Hold
you
that
know,
card
sell
up
for
and let's
$30,
grade. We'll
$40.
all take turns grading it.
You don't even know who this is.
Come on.
I'll take grading it.
All right. I give it a C because I can't tell what he's holding in his arm. Is he holding a
Sharif
baby?
Abdul Rahim.
And
He's got a
I just-
basketball and a tribble. I think there was a
let's
basketball in one
And
hand
Sean-
and a tribble in the
Sean
other.
I
Camp
give that
autograph.
guy a B minus because his arm is a little bit too far back.
He's got a
It looks
kid.
like he's holding
He's got
himself
at
up
least
with the other
one
arm.
one illegitimate kid in every state in
I
America.
can't
that
tell
there's
if
a
he's
pro
actually
basketball.
jumping or if he's
What
standing
the-
on like a step ladder.
Who's this guy?
That is I don't know because can't tell.
Then this guy,
Who's that?
Vladi Divac.
It's Vlad the Impaler.
Rick, you are.
All right, we're done with the
Postcards
cards.
are crazy, man. I got
You're gonna
so
have to
many
delete
boxes
some
of
of
them,
those
and
segments.
I couldn't trade them for a fucking crate of eggs or can of pop.
Is it just me?
Yep.
No, I don't
Your
think so.
collection is your collection. Don't expect for others to buy your collection unless you travel and look for buyers.
Yeah, that's
So, Rick, let me ask you a
or-
question.
Or just use the internet because that reaches the world.
yeah.
No, what I'm saying about the printing of the card industry, it's not
Yeah.
what everyone thinks it is. There's not just
Do you remember
like
this?
your 9,900 cards. They print billions of those things, and they sit on them in
No,
warehouses
come on.
and wait for people to want to pay
This is
more
like
than what
Not
the
true.
retail
You're just,
cost was.
you're just
driven show.
speculating.
You
That.
guys are so conspiracy
It's
theorists.
not true, Rick.
Yeah.
Hey, Rick, let me
You
ask you a
remember-
question.
You remember
It's all been proven. Google
when people used
Upper
to
Deck
come
and
to your
these
house to
companies
sell
on
stuff,
YouTube, and you'll see.
and then they
proof
had the
video
shows where like the vacuum cleaner guy would come to your house and tell you he can, if he couldn't get all the dirt off the floor, he'd eat it with a spoon. Then he'd dump a bunch of dirt on the floor, and there's no electricity in the house.
It didn't work. Eat it. The Electrolux salesman.
Now you guys are really showing how old you are.
They came
Or
in
you
on
could just use
horseback.
the internet and watch reruns.
Why does
Remember
he
when they used to drop off milk on your front porch?
My
They
dad
still
was a
do.
milkman.
Oh yeah.
It's true.
They still do. We have one in town that still deliver your milk to your front door if you
They
Yeah,
used
they
to
lost-
deliver. They used to deliver soda to your house too, like
The
Coca-Cola
people,
and
the
stuff.
people that purchased that $500 set were from Canada.
Which set?
The sports set of cards.
No.
So is it harder to find cards like that in Canada?
Not really. Like I think it's harder to find them in like UK and stuff in Europe. Like I don't think they have sport card stores or Pokemon stores. I don't know. Like we got weird stores in North America that specific, very niche markets, hobby stores, stuff like that. But in the UK, they got soccer or football with a U. So I know Mark goes out and buys the Panini stickers for the soccer teams and stuff. But NFL, like they're not going to be a bunch of NFL stuff on the store
Baseball?
shelves. It's not or baseball. I wouldn't think would be much difference, or basketball.
Well, nobody
But
watches baseball.
it's still an industry. Like there
What?
still is an industry for cards and just rookie cards every year.
You sound like Rick now, John. Everybody watches baseball.
No, they don't.
So
No.
Rick, let me ask you a question. So the kid that came in, the family that came in from Canada, they went to Full Moon Toys and Collectibles, and he was looking for items that shouted out American. What do you think toys or things like that, cards, would shout out America? Smurfs? But Smurfs are
Well,
Canada,
Smurfs
right?
are from France.
Yeah, they're Payo.
Trumps, so it's French. So yeah, we definitely had I had a Smurf store where I grew up in Ottawa. It wasn't like it was a privately owned store, but they only sold Smurfs.
How about like
so
a
they literally
Farrah
rented
Fawcett?
out a store.
Is that
and put up
America?
a bunch of 1-inch blue figures everywhere and sold them like it was a popular thing. And
What do you think would shout out?
1982.
What do you think would shout out American?
Hot dogs.
Yeah, right. But you're talking food wise. I'm talking toy wise. Or
Well, cards aren't toys.
G.I. Joe
Are you
with
talking
the
collective? Are you talking
G.I. Joe with
collectible?
the American
collectible
flag on
items
it.
and
Well,
things like that.
Connor would tell you
G.I.
about
Joe
that.
in Canada had Canadian flags on it, though. That's
No,
a cool
I was
thing.
just
Though.
about to say. And
So
Connor
what
will
Dino's
stand by
asking is
action
he's
for
saying,
being
well,
heard.
what one collectible would be like American, right? Like
Right.
if,
yeah.
if you were to have something in your collection, and
The
I
Dukes of
think
Hazzard.
it depends
Definitely
on
Duke-
I was thinking
the
that
definitely
too.
person
Dukes of
that's
Hazzard.
collecting
And
it.
if they made Rocky toys back in the 80s, Rocky toys would have screamed the ultimate American.
See,
action
there was
figure.
a Rocky album there, and I did point that out. I said this Rocky album definitely shouts out. Farrah
Rocky
Fawcett
screams America to
poster.
me.
The poster back in the 70s and of Farrah Fawcett.
Oh yeah, for sure. We all had those.
Yeah, okay, so that's not necessarily like American.
Christy Brinkley.
Like,
No, I guess
it was
and
just a
Dukes
question
of
that
Hazzard I would include too, but that's more just Southern America. Like, that's more of a generic part of not generic, a specific part of America where the A-Team also, like, I guess they're more international heroes, but they scream America too, right?
I think any of those like hot car 80s TV shows,
Yeah, Magnum.
Starsky and Hutch, Magnum PI.
yeah, Fall Guy.
Yeah,
I think it depends on
Fall Guy,
the
for
person
sure.
that's collecting, because if it's a
Knight
sports
Rider.
collector, they're gonna want something. If they want something American, they're gonna pick a uniquely American sport or a U.S. sport to collect something from. If they're a toy collector, they're gonna uniquely pick something that was a toy. If they were a music collector, they're gonna pick something that's uniquely like an American or a U.S. band or rock group, right?
So the kid came in there and he said he had a bunch of friends at home in Canada, and they said just get them something that shouts American, like in that store, basically, whatever.
Get him a Trump flag.
I just had a hard time like coming up with stuff. I thought the Rocky album, but I thought it was a question that Rick would probably know.
Rocky,
Yeah,
you
no,
got removed for that comment.
See, like growing up in Canada, like because I grew up with even with sports, like we had our own sports to cheer on and watch, like CFL,
And
pro football, but I also grew up watching NFL football. So football was football. I would watch it Saturday and Sunday. Like it was.
But did you consider it an American sport?
No, because it was from Canada first.
Because you're watching CFL.
And footballs have stripes on them, and we.
So when you were watching Doug Flutie, were you saying that guy's American?
He is American.
Yeah.
Most of the football players are, but now all the really good ones are Canadian now in the NFL. There was a player yesterday, he got an interception, last play of the game, ran it back for a 99-yard touchdown. That's one of my buddy's sons. Like, that's badass to see that in the NFL.
We really are all over the place today with this conversation.
But
yeah, well, that was a question I definitely wanted to ask Rick, and
you know why?
Deadpool.
So, Waze, I'm going to tell you, everybody except for Dino, I'm going to tell you what Dino's whole intent was here today. His whole intent was to come in and say, Blue Moon Toys and Collectibles 27 times. And he's already said it like 8 times. We already know the store that he went to. He said it once. He could have just said before.
They're giving him a discount on
I want to make sure that he gets his appropriate plugs in, because little does anybody else know, he is totally sponsored by this toy company.
I think the toy team is now officially sponsored by
them. So he needs to say the name of that store as much as possible.
You know something? Full Moon Toys and Collectibles in Fox Run Mall in New Hampshire. I am definitely not sponsored by Full Moon Toys and Collectibles at the Fox Run Mall in New Hampshire.
You want to know what's really hilarious? There's only one person that's even watching or on the stream that even is close enough to go to that.
In the same quarter of America.
Mr. B's close enough.
It's almost in Canada.
Yeah, Superman is American. That's a good one.
Okay, yeah, very good. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And
Captain America.
old,
Captain America.
that's an old pop culture thing too. Superman, that goes way back. But yeah, and even TV wise, we got to watch, the A-Team and the Cosby Show. We got to watch all the big American shows, but we also
Al.
had The Littlest
watch
Hobo, Mr. Dress Up, Polka Dot Door.
those
Like
sound
we had lots
terrible.
of Canadian. We had lots
Those
of Canadian
Sounds
content.
like the worst things ever.
Oh no! The
It's a
beach
guy
goers?
going into
A
his
bunch of
closet.
loggers on the west coast of Vancouver Island, logging and having their daily
Today
stuff.
I will wear a tan shirt. Episode 1 done.
You've all known the
Tomorrow.
Littlest Hobo. It's like that German Shepherd dog that just ventures across Canada helping people, like Lassie, the American version.
Has anybody seen the Legacy of Monsters or whatever this week?
Yeah.
Just the
Episode
first
3.
2 episodes I've seen.
But this week's
No, is that on? Is that
Okay.
on? What's that on? Apple.
The
Plus?
internet.
Apple.
Yeah.
Apple. Yeah, I don't have Apple.
They actually
Yes,
show
I don't have
Godzilla.
Apple either.
They actually show
Speaking of the-
Godzilla in it.
Speaking
Yeah,
of the
okay.
Monarch thing, like when there was 2 episodes
it.
out, Vern was like, "Yeah, there's lots of monsters. You get your
No,
monster
no.
fix."
No,
There wasn't
John.
any monsters in the first episode.
Hold on,
Yes,
John.
sir.
I said, hold on.
The
Let's go
opening-
back
the
to
opening scene
rewind.
was
I'll
John
play it for you. I said to John, if you watch the first 2 episodes, you will see a monster. That's what I
Yeah,
said.
it was at the end of the second episode. It was a monster.
The very first opening scene, there was a giant.
Yeah, I was just gonna say the opening
The
scene
giant
is
spider
John
in the
Good
first episode.
on Skull Island. Like
Oh,
And
that.
then I-
okay, there's a
I
big
fell asleep.
spider. All right,
And a big
deal.
crab.
I pulled a Dino and I fell asleep on that first episode.
But
But
the,
were
but
the
the third
episodes,
episode
episodes good?
has Godzilla
Yeah, the
and
show's
another
really
monster.
good.
Yeah,
Nice.
and a
The
weird
show-
ice thing that comes
So
out.
every episode is basically like an
Right.
hour self-contained movie, and like it continues with the story that they're doing and setting up the plot line. But each episode is literally like a full hour episode and it's like movie quality.
I bet you we see Samuel Jackson show up and that French actor. Every actor, Jack Black, everyone that's made an appearance in any Godzilla movie, I think will somehow show up in the show.
Well, that
So
Jack
Matthew
Black's not
Broderick,
part- yeah, the
that's
Jack
not the monster.
that's not part of
what's
this.
Matthew Broderick going to do there?
Was Jack Black in a Godzilla movie?
King
He
Kong.
was in the King Kong movie, but that King Kong movie's not part of this. It's Skull
He was
Island
in
is
Godzilla.
Skull Island. I think for sure there's an episode where they go to Skull Island.
Broderick was in that Godzilla
Matthew
movie.
Broderick.
Yeah.
too?
the Skull Island movie is part of the universe, but the first King Kong with Adrian Brody and Jack Black, that's not part of the MonsterVerse universe.
Okay, I was kind of hearing that
What
they
about
were
the
going
one
to
from
tie
the
in
70s?
all
We
of them
see, like
in a just a small way.
Jeff Bridges.
The one that with Loki is part of the universe, and Samuel L. Jackson and John Goodman.
And Miss
Well, we
Marvel.
saw John Goodman.
Yeah, and Miss Marvel. Yeah, well, that and
Oh, yeah,
I'm
she was in that too. Yeah.
so I don't know if you guys picked up on this, but are you? I think the guy who's with the Asian lady, like the guy who ends up having the kids that we're seeing in the show, or grandkids in the show.
Spoiler.
I think that's supposed to be John Goodman as a young man, like
I think it
with,
is too. Yeah.
with Wyatt Russell and in that time era. I think that's John Goodman as a younger guy.
Because Wyatt is playing a younger version of his dad in this one, isn't he?
Yeah, and
Which
so
is
like
kinda
Yeah,
cool.
no.
My
And
dad's
we
a
see
fan
that
of
in-
that.
and
Isn't
we
what
and
they
we
did in
see
the
that
Godzilla movie? Or the King
and
Kong
we
movie?
see that opening scene in this show of with John Goodman on Skull Island, and I'm thinking that's like supposed to be him.
I don't.
Young.
Yeah, I'm not buying that.
I am.
I think they
Because there
would.
was
I think they would
no
have got a
other
different
reason.
I think they would have got a different actor to play that role so that you would have actually believed that he would be John Goodman like 20 years later, because that's the 50s and
Yeah.
the John Goodman was in the 70s, early 70s. So I don't see him changing that much in the 20 years, right? To be like
Well,
John
what I
Goodman.
noticed is
Eyes
that
and
John
stuff.
Goodman in that opening scene was probably about 190 pounds.
Yeah.
John Goodman from Skull Island was like 320 pounds. So
Yeah.
he is physically a different person when
Yeah.
they filmed
I
this
think, yeah,
new
the match-
thing, whether it meant for him to look younger or not. I don't know, but
Well,
I
he had
made
to
the same
run.
guy bad on him.
He had to run from the center of Skull Island to the coast to dump those tapes.
Yeah, he
in.
couldn't do that.
They would have found
That jog made him lose 200 pounds.
Yeah,
no, but they would have found
Really an
another
ordeal.
actor
Oh, no.
to make it.
No, but there's it's him being on the boat, and then the camcorder. All those things are the same things John Goodman.
I think so. That's the one thing.
I think that's who it's supposed to be.
I
think
haven't
it's
seen it, but I believe it was
younger John Goodman, because I think
I've
that's
been
how this
watching the Toy Duo,
ties
and I don't think
in.
it hasn't been wrong yet.
I think
Hold
that's
on.
how
Play
they're
your
setting
little
up.
clip. Vern's got a clip
You
for that.
guys down there. It's 3 against
I
2.
just want to see a movie or a show where it's half monsters and half people, not 90%
You want
people
the
and
half.
5%
You want to be the monster.
We're getting King Kong vs. Godzilla 2 this year coming up.
Yeah.
So they
I'm all
can't kill
for it.
Godzilla in the
I like
show
monster
then.
movies. They're
Well,
better.
this takes
Marvel
place
movie.
before the first Kong and Godzilla movie. This takes place after Godzilla 1. So the Godzilla 1 is the 2014 Godzilla movie in San Francisco. This takes place in 2015, technically, is the Monarch.
And before, it's two different.
And yes, but I'm talking about like current day in the timeline of things. Skull Island happened, and the first
I don't know
Godzilla
about that, Mason. I have to go back
Yes.
and
Go back and Google it. I guarantee I'm right.
I can Google anything.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna assume I'm right.
yeah, you're wrong. But
Is this part of Cloverfield?
No,
That's a good
They all
one.
attached to Cloverfield as well.
Yeah, because
No.
John
And then-
Goodman's in
and then
Cloverfield.
Godzilla and Kong and King of the Monsters hasn't happened yet. Like that, those two movies are still after this Monarch.
So it's
show.
Godzilla
but I
bad?
saw them. So am I reminiscing the future?
Okay, I got something popped up on YouTube yesterday and I watched it. There's a YouTube channel called like What the F Happened to, and then a certain actor. And it just kind of recently showed up on my algorithm. So I watched a few of them because the one yesterday was like, What the F Happened to Tom Green? And it just did a little filmography of all of his films he did and
What
stuff.
does this have to do with Godzilla?
I'm telling you, give me a second.
Nothing.
And then one of the later movies he was in, I can't remember what it was called. It's like a college movie and all these college kids. And Stifler was in it. You know, the Stifler guy for American Pie.
Yeah.
American Pie. He was in it, and his character's name was Stifler. So that Tom Green movie, Old School, or I don't remember what it's called, is part of the American Pie universe because it's the same Stifler character. And I didn't know that until yesterday. And both those movies are like 25 years old now.
Now, what did that have to do? Yeah, I was just about to say, what did that have to
do?
do?
The Godzilla universe. Stifler. I'm just kidding.
How did Rick not get booted out on that one?
I got it right.
Yeah, so I don't know. I'm a fan of it. I think it's pretty cool. I think it's cool that they're tying all this stuff together. I think the main chick is incredibly hot. And it's cool to see Kurt Russell, man, like actually in this latest episode, because like you don't see him really until the third episode. So like now we're getting Kurt Russell going forward with the last couple episodes of this season.
I like him as Santa Claus.
Kurt Russell's in it? I didn't know he was in it.
Him and his son. His son plays him in the past, and then he plays him in the future.
Was
Are
Kurt
you talking
Russell
about
in any other movie?
the Legacy of Monsters, or are you talking about the Santa Claus?
I'm talking about Monarch.
Yeah, because Dino was asking about the Santa Claus.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah. Kurt Russell's on those Netflix Santa Claus movies.
Wyatt played junior hockey here in
okay.
Vancouver.
BOE's here. Hey, BOE.
Stifler's mom was young back then. Yeah.
She looks better now though than she did back then.
Isn't she an award-winning actor now? Like, doesn't she win serious Emmys
and she's got all kinds of sponsorship deals and stuff now because of whatever
we'll never
show.
See a dirty dick and fart joke movie again, sadly.
That show that she's in is actually really good. That Lotus, White Lotus, or whatever.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
Every season, I think it's been really good. So Giltzer is saying Kurt Russell versus Bruce Willis, who wins?
What a matchup that would be!
I say it depends on
which character
is it,
in
like
1985
versus John McClane. Is that what we're talking about?
Yeah, but
I think it'd probably be Snake versus John McClane, right? Like that would be the.
I think it needs to be the Kurt Russell from Big Trouble
Escape
in
from New
Little
York.
China.
Oh,
Escape
see,
from New York. It's not him.
Yeah.
Oh, and then
Yeah.
versus David Addison from Moonlighting.
See, I think when they punch
Love
and
Moonlighting. That
their
was a
fists,
great
when
film.
they go
It
to
was.
punch each other and their fists meet, they merge and become Kurt Willis.
Kurt Stallone.
All right.
Yeah, I miss Bruce Willis movies, man. He was one of the. I'm not saying like he's
Oh, he's
passed
done
away
a
already.
lot
But
of movies.
one of the greats, like for all of us growing up, like
Without a doubt.
whether it was Die Hard or any of his many police buddy movies, or
For some
I
reason,
like,
he's started doing all these cheesy like D movies.
yeah, I don't want to watch them yet. I'll wait. One day I'll watch all those.
I like the one with him and Joseph Gordon-Levitt, where Joseph Gordon-Levitt
Yeah, that's a
plays
good one.
in the past or whatever.
Yeah, when he had to go back in time and
Oh, Looper.
that's what I was
Is
just
that the
thinking.
Looper, yeah. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Ryan Johnson did that one, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a great
Pulp
movie.
Fiction.
that's the only good movie he's ever made.
Who?
One of the best.
Dwayne Johnson.
Yeah.
Did he make a Godzilla movie?
I don't know.
Oh, you know what? Actually,
Star Wars maker made a
that was
Godzilla
Roland
movie.
Actually,
Emmerich.
with that Ryan Johnson, the only thing that I think that I've ever liked that he's done is
Gareth
that
Richards.
poker face on Peacock.
Guy Ritchie? No.
Oh, I didn't like that.
That show is fantastic.
with the chick from American Pie.
It's basically just a new version of Columbo, is what it is.
Yeah, with the chick from American Pie.
Is it new Paul
weird
guy?
chick.
The chick from
the Russian
Bandcamp?
doll.
The Bandcamp
No.
chick?
No, it's the Natasha chick. The
She
one
has
that
a show on Netflix called Russian Dolls,
Yeah.
yeah.
and she probably helped create like the character and probably did some of the writing. I never looked it up, but she wrote that Russian Dolls or whatever, which is like another really good show.
Yeah, I did
Yeah.
like that. I like her in that too.
Yeah, Looper. Yeah, Joseph.
Yeah.
Who would win in a fight? A bear versus Godzilla? Well, wouldn't Godzilla just step on the bear? How big is his bear?
Giant bear. It depends if it's the Super 7, like 8-inch bear
Grape A.
or
And
Godzilla.
it's a 3.75-inch Godzilla.
Yeah, right. Versus a
Grape A
6-inch
versus
bear.
Godzilla.
I see. Okay.
Are we just going to do
funny.
this like, okay, so now we're just going to make up fights because somebody's like, were they talking about Arnold Schwarzenegger versus somebody?
Yeah, probably Arnold versus Stallone or something.
Arnold versus Stallone. It has to be that matchup. And
Yeah.
why they haven't
They did
separated
that
the
in
Expendables? They
Expendables.
need to do a movie together, like just
Yeah.
them, not every other action hero ever, but just them. Like they can do it. It could be a little bit funny.
It should be like over the top Commando.
You know, I've never
something
watched
that gets-
any
I-
of those
it would
Expendable
be
movies.
Such a money maker.
The first one is very serious. Like they actually fly down, they take their secret pictures from around the corner and stuff like that. Like they do all their like spy intelligence gathering.
I just saw that 50 Cent
they're
in
being
the
so
new one.
serious
I was like,
about it and stuff like that.
Yeah, they've got worse every one.
Yeah,
Weird.
because they just
Well, I don't know about worse, but I mean, like they've
No.
just gone more and more over the top.
It's
they just
it's a
gave
neat
up all the
idea.
story
It's a
telling.
neat idea.
I
They
mean,
had.
The new one has that girl from all the Transformers movies.
Yeah.
Who would
What-
win in
that
a fight?
Jennifer's Body. That girl. What's her
Who would
name?
win in a fight?
Megan Fox.
Ed
Megan
Grimley.
Fox. That's it. Yeah.
Ed
Pee Wee
Grimley.
Herman. I got this Pee Wee Herman from Full Moon Toys and Collectibles.
I thought they were supposed to do an all-female one, like an all-female.
I think
Expendable.
Pee Wee Herman would win because I don't think Ed.
Or after Gina got fired.
I don't think Ed would whip it out in a movie theater, but Pee Wee would.
Oh,
So
This is rad.
Yeah.
Clark Griswold versus who?
oh, no kidding. Oh, I
And
wish
see,
they
this
had
is Eddie.
better.
This is numbered 2 to only 5,000.
Yeah, there's only 5,000. So you
They'll
gotta
only
act
sell
that.
1,000 though. Really,
You know what would
Yeah.
make this like really cool is if there was like a light
cousin
or
Eddie.
something where you flipped it on and it looked like he was
It
being
like lit.
electrified or something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
They need
Or
a
like-
cousin Eddie to go right beside it, holding the
Yeah,
big
pouring
hose.
poop
Cousin
into
Eddie wasn't out there when he
Jeez,
plugged them together, right?
pouring sewage into the thing.
and
You
a
know, there's
cat
up-
in a tree.
Shitter's full.
That moose cup is at Walmart right now.
The dead
I
cat.
saw
in
it the
the
other
tree.
day.
Wally
Yeah.
World.
I don't
Okay.
like the Moose Cup there. I think that's unnecessary. I think they should have had like the Santa in the sleigh. That was
Yeah, one
broken
was
one that he
lawn
kicked.
ornaments.
No, because he was on the ground. So I mean, like, it should have been just like maybe a yard decoration or something. Something he had
exactly.
in his
That's what I'm
yard. Yeah.
saying. That
Yeah,
Santa
the
was
one,
on
the
the
Santa
ground.
that he kicked his head off.
Yeah,
I think if Dino writes a letter, they might fix it.
I
Yeah, I
think
don't like
this line could
the head
pick
sculpt's not the
some
greatest
cool
either.
toys for us to have. Like they're not
But they're not
articulated,
told. They're not articulated. That's the thing that sucks.
but
Like if these,
I hope
if
he
these
Yeah.
were
revisits
articulated,
Bob
I'd
and
be
Doug
in.
McKenzie because he made a Bob and Doug McKenzie set in the 90s that was freaking phenomenal. I've had it a couple times and sold it a couple times, but I want it back because it was that good. But think
Like, I
of
want
other
that-
cool movie
I want
maniacs
that
that aren't Halloween characters. There's some cool ones, man.
The neck of
Twins.
Clark is good. Like that.
You know,
that's
I
a-
have to ask Jonathan Redmond because him and I oftentimes disagree on movies. So, Jonathan, I finally saw a movie that I thought was absolutely terrible, and I couldn't watch the whole thing and turned it off.
Oh, Jonathan
It was
loved
Blue
it.
Beetle.
Oh,
I
that
Blue
was
didn't-
a
Beetle
great
is
movie,
probably
John.
Blue
was so
Beetle is probably
hilarious.
the worst movie
No.
I've seen in a long time. It was so
it was
bad.
so hilarious. It was so fun.
Why does he have to scream every single time he
He's
turns
a
into the Blue
kid, that's
Beetle?
why.
You
He's a
might freak
kid.
out the first time, but not the
first?
28th time. Like
Yeah, it
it's
was
like, are you
hilarious.
used to it by now? It's
I
been
think it's
38
painful.
freaking
You didn't
times
finish
turned
it?
into the
Hold
Blue
on.
Beetle.
You didn't finish? You didn't actually finish it?
No, I got maybe like I should have finished it. There may have been like 15 minutes left of the movie.
You need to go back and finish it. I mean, it was a
I
good
was like,
movie.
John,
I
I
didn't-
watched it. I did fall asleep a couple of times, but
I have
I
watched.
gotta say, I kind of agree with you. I didn't really. I give it a 5 out of 10.
Yeah,
oh,
that's
it was
just-
terrible.
I thought
So
the
bad.
comedy was just too. It was way too stereotypical.
all right.
I
This is
didn't
the
really-
Hiya Toys RoboCop. I think.
So is this a
right?
6-inch one or a 3 3/4 one?
I don't know. You have to ask somebody who knows anything about toys. Jonathan, can you let us know?
Oh, I thought this was called the Toy Channel Team Group Duo.
It's only Star Wars and Marvel for Vern.
Hiya Toys makes some very well sculpted toys. I'll give it that. I have a couple.
So is
this
that the
Lego
brain?
thing, is this
Is that
new,
the
by the
brain
way,
from
John?
from part 2? Like that
What did you
villain
say?
guy that was a criminal that they turned into from RoboCop
Yeah, they
2?
tried to make him a robot, right?
Jack Matt says it's a 1/18 scale.
Yeah, I
This
want to
is-
get this tower. This would be cool. The Avengers Tower.
This
Is
is
this
really
new?
awesome.
Is
Yeah,
this
yeah,
new?
If it's out, it just came out. If it might
Yeah, I've
not
seen
be out
people
yet.
build it on YouTube
It
already.
just came out. It just
Okay.
came out yesterday. Like it
Yeah.
went up for sale yesterday. Or,
Yeah,
or
it's
for Black
very
Friday.
very new.
That
Yeah.
is pretty cool.
Cool display
Okay,
piece.
so Jonathan's saying it's the Mayfix version of RoboCop.
I
don't
think
know why
are
I
those
did that by you.
are those
This
actual
actually-
minifigs, like the size
Yeah,
of
this
minifigs?
this
Yeah.
comes
Yeah,
with 26 minifigs. Like you get the whole entire MCU minifig
Yeah.
collection with this.
That's
How
got to be
much
a
is
couple
it,
$100,
John?
right?
Yeah, it's
Oh,
like a
yeah,
$500
I
set.
think it's
Yeah.
400 Canadian, I think.
It's Lego.
Yeah.
This is a Lego, right, John? How much is it?
Yeah, it's like $400 or $500. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
Oh.
$500. And the whole face of the building actually like comes off, so you have each floor. So like you can actually just pull the face off and then have each floor like leveled out with all the
Oh,
different
that's
stuff.
cool.
It's
Oh,
really,
that is
really
pretty cool.
As long as
And
it has a
then,
Hulk
like,
figure, that's all that matters.
Yeah,
It
That's
does.
he's
It's
right
right
there.
there in the middle. It's a big one.
Yeah.
Hulk smash.
And then I think, let me just look. Yeah, so what I did was I just pulled up some Cyber Monday deals that are going to be coming up. If you don't have Peacock, you can get it $199 a month for a year.
That's a good network too, in
Yeah,
my
it's-
opinion.
it's
That's the
That's
best
a good
thing.
price. Yeah. Why not do it for a year? That's a good
I guess
price.
they even have this Premier League. So,
Yeah.
What the hell is
Disney
Premier
Plus
League?
with Hulu. So Disney Plus and Hulu with ads is going to be $299 a month.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good deal.
I wish I
Um,
paid that much when Ahsoka was
okay.
on.
I put the link for this. This is the Apple Pencil second generation. This is the one I use with my iPad. It's $89. Paramount Plus is going to be $199 a month, which is a really good deal. If you don't have Paramount, that's a good deal to get it. And then the PlayStation 5 Spider-Man 2 bundle is $4.99 on Amazon.
And now you can get
And
the
Best Buy and Walmart.
and you can get the PS5 for $350 at Target this weekend.
Yeah, but not the bundle.
It comes with a game. It's not the Spider-Man bundle, but it comes with a game for $350. It's actually
And
really,
the remote as the kids are calling them these days, for your PS5 are $25 off right now.
Yeah, and you know what? The cool thing about that is if you get that one from that Spider-Man 2 bundle, you can still turn yourself into a cube if you don't update it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Did you hear about Did you hear about my getting yelled at?
No,
I went into Target and I was like, I need a controller for my PS5, and the guy said, "You mean a remote?" And I said, "No, the game controller." He goes, "Yeah, they're remotes." And he's like, "They're not. What are you, like 50?" And I'm going, "Yeah." So the kids these days,
John,
these days call them remotes.
Like a 20-year-old and go like this.
Chris, Thousandth Ghost said I would have punched that kid in the throat.
Who's calling them remotes? I've never heard of anybody.
I guess the kids these days call them remotes. Yeah,
what does it say on the package? It says controller.
It actually does say PS5 remote, and then when you flip it over, it says remote.
Yeah, remote controller.
Yeah. What's it in French?
I thought a remote controller was something like a car that you had.
La controller.
I know, but that's what these are apparently.
We've been all over the place today. No steady topics. It's just one shit show into the next one.
There you go.
Yeah. Wait, trying to draw him out earlier, get them all riled up on that other topic, but he never laid it out.
Didn't Hasbro announce they're making starting lineup football players?
Yes, but then they took all the starting lineup off Hasbro.
2019 they announced that or something.
Yeah, but nobody's buying them.
Video. They had a video.
Buying them because they haven't produced them yet.
Go to their website.
Who wants that?
Hold on. Go to Hasbro.
A lot more people than basketball
type
players.
Type in starting lineup, and nothing will come up except for bestsellers down at the bottom. They do not even have a page for their starting lineup.
Hopefully they canceled it so they can focus more on better things.
I mean, it's obvious. I mean, like
they didn't cancel it because they did say the NFL figures were coming. So it's I don't know, why would they cancel it? It's like I'm assuming you've already paid the licensing fee, which will be millions of dollars.
Right.
Yeah, but if no one's buying them, why continue to market them?
Because you paid millions of dollars for the rights to do it, and that's
they could probably
do. It's throwing away money at that point.
They could probably get out of the rights deal though if they're not producing the product anymore.
It's like if Hasbro for 12 months didn't make a Star Wars figure, but yet they still paid Lucasfilm millions of dollars for the rights to make them. It would just you'd kill your company.
Yeah, well, they do that enough now with the Star Wars licensing and brand.
So
I want to see more.
So if you need a good reason, a good time to come back to Diablo 4, or just join us on Diablo 4, our guild clan on Diablo 4 it's exploded. We are up to like 40 people now playing Diablo 4.
Well, I played, but I got kicked off the team.
You're still in the clan.
Somebody said I was the most horrible player of the year.
Can't be worse than Bob.
No, I'm pretty bad.
Okay, I guess you can be worse.
The thing about games like that for me is you have to continually play it because I forget where everything is, and I don't have enough patience to talk to every merchant and every person walking through the city and
you just join the clan voice chat. That's someone who's on Where's This Guy, and they'll tell you,
right?
Or they'll help you. We also figured out a way, in case you feel like you're going to be behind, we figured out a way to power level people in just a couple hours.
Is that cheating?
No.
No?
Nah.
Not frowned
Cheating
upon.
doesn't matter in games anymore.
So what do you guys got going on for the rest of the weekend?
Well, I have 2 shelves here built that are not up against the wall.
To go.
I put the pegboard in right there. And then
I got a visitor downstairs, so I'm getting ready to.
I've got 3 shelves to install on the wall over here later today or tomorrow.
Nice.
So
you gonna live stream those?
The room is filling up. I should have live streamed the part where I had Mom hold the pegboard to the wall so I could screw it in.
Yeah, that would have been cool.
I got old Mom just sitting there going,
"Ooh, look at that!
That's cool."
So, I was hoping Danny would be here, Dandy, because I know he's a car freak. But how many of you guys did the model kits for mostly for vehicles back in the day?
I did a few.
Only the Star Wars ones.
Yeah, which they still
Universal
make.
Monsters and
Every Star Wars model kit that was ever made in the 70s
Oh,
and
it's
80s
still
is still produced nowadays, which is so I don't have this built or anything, but
I have like a 4-foot Star Destroyer that came with lights.
but when I keep seeing Ramen Toys showing
I
off
never
his
put
photos,
together.
I want to make this an 18 van now, but I also want to make it like a police van just because I have these lights.
You don't
The
even need to
police
do the
18 van.
because they sell
That's a
one
good
of
one,
those.
you know.
That same.
He doesn't even have wheels on it. He's like, look how cheesy it is.
This was a broken toy in a bin that I got a bunch of stuff, and this was left with it. So,
see those
toys and collectibles, everybody.
I got this at Full Moon Toys and Collectibles.
So that's why I want to get three of those Ramen Toys bread cars because I need, of course, I need the 18 van, but I'm gonna have to make those black and white Star Wars SSP vans. I'm just gonna have to.
What, these up here?
For $100 or $200, whatever they are.
G-Force.
Yeah, pull them out.
G-Force just called me an obviously elderly man. So thanks, G-Force. I appreciate it.
Even if I gotta pay someone $100 to hand paint those graphics on them, it will happen.
Cool.
See, I was thinking of doing that to my Ford Explorer. I was like, can I get a wrap or something put on my Ford Explorer that's all like Star Wars, like Stormtroopers? Like, can I ask Rick at Left Coast Graphics to make me a vintage Kenner action figure thing that's going to be wrapped on the side of my Ford Explorer?
You can. I wish more people asked me to do stuff like that. Wraps are hard. I've done more than a few wraps, but
where would I get it done? Where would I get it put on?
I've seen one loaded with all My Little Ponies. There's a My Little
I didn't say that. I said Star Wars.
Yeah, there's a couple of those.
I never brought up My Little Pony. I don't know why he's doing this.
Around Vancouver, where they have like hundreds and hundreds of action figures just hot glued to the roof, to the hood. To the
I've seen the people like that, yeah.
And it's just like, whoa!
I had a Darth Vader glued to the front. It was a Darth Vader piggy bank, and I glued it to the front like a hood ornament. And we drove to like a mall, went inside, came out, it was already stolen.
Oh, really?
It didn't last 4 hours.
My first car was an old Toyota Corolla. It was a 1976 model Corolla. Every door and panel was a different color of primer and paint. I think it was like $300 or something. And it came with a hood ornament that was a woman bowling trophy, like a.
Oh, I had a bowling trophy. That's what replaced it. Was a bowling trophy. That's funny.
So
yeah, we put a bowling trophy
never got stolen.
Darth Vader, and that didn't get stolen. Yeah.
Isn't that weird? Yeah, that was.
What do you guys got coming up?
I'm gonna go look for that car.
The Shadow is a new video on my channel.
I did watch that video.
XS 100.
There's a topic that nobody sticks to. That's
Kenner makes good toys. How about you, Dino? Is part 7 of the Jabba Barge video coming out?
I am going to do a part 5, and probably it'll be a holiday special.
Well, we got to wait for you to open those 2 R2 units?
I'm going to do a massive giveaway.
You're going to do a massive giveaway? You're going to give away your cell barge?
Oh, that's
I am giving away a sail barge for sure.
Right.
But
I have a couple of unboxings I'm going to do. I have the Baby Sinclair from Dinosaurs, NECA version.
Okay.
Pick that up. I'm going to unbox that, show people that. I picked up some vintage figures, and John knows which one I'm talking about. John and I were chatting one day during the week, and there was a figure in the background that I went on eBay and purchased a whole lot of them all. So thank you, John.
Did anyone buy any Pee Wee Hermans from your video? Because that was a good video, and they had a lot of
something. I'm the only one that purchased all those Pee-wees. They still have 3 full playhouses.
That's awesome. That's a good score for them.
Yeah, but it's a good score if people purchase them.
Tell them to find a bunch of boxes of vintage Star Wars like that.
Yeah,
they did. They have. I've gotten a Millennium Falcon. The Millennium Falcon over here that I have. Where is it? It's over here. I got that from Full Moon Toys and Collectibles.
Was it sealed in a case with 4 other Falcons?
No.
That's what I mean. The new old stock. That's what that is. That's new old stock that just never got sold in the 90s.
Yeah, right.
Mm-hmm.
That is the link.
Everyone check out Mr. B's new video.
First.
Oh, Mr. B, you got a video. Nice.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah, I got to check that out. What's your channel? Is it Mr. B?
Mr. Beast. Mr. B is Mr. Beast.
What
Do you
is
guys
your
know that?
actual channel? Sometimes you have to like if you try to look for White Shadow and type in White Shadow, it's just a basketball TV show. That
There you go.
pops
There's
up.
a link to Mr. Beast's channel.
Is there?
I'm gonna click on it.
Yeah, I gotta check that out. Definitely subscribe.
All right. So I hear a bunch of noise downstairs. Unfortunately, I'm gonna drop out. Do you guys want me to leave you on?
No, you can pop
Holy
us out.
cow, Mr. B. Dude, that freaking those the animals from the Attack of the Clones are freaking awesome.
Waze, what do you have coming up?
But you already watched this video?
I have a
Oh,
couple.
yeah.
I'm listening.
I have a
I'm
bunch of
listening.
customs that I've been working on, so I have
Oh,
that.
nice.
I have to put up 2 more shelves for my Joes because they're starting to overrun their space. So I have to mount
Hey,
2
we
more
got the same shelves. I'm
I
gonna
know
be
what
doing
that's
that
like,
exact
man.
same
I know what
All
that's
right.
like.
That's pretty
same
cool.
L brackets that I'm gonna
John, are you talking to Mr.
So-
B?
Vern, what do you have coming up?
Yeah, he's
Anything?
just talking
No,
about his
this-
video, but he's not.
Wait,
Waze
Waze
is trying to
is
tell us
the
he's got coming up on his channel, but that's fine. So you got a couple of videos coming out. That's
Wait.
I'm
fine.
gonna make a video how I painted this chest of
Yeah.
Bo-Katan.
This is where you completely lose
you
control of the
ruined it.
live stream.
It might be 3 minutes
Yeah.
long, this video.
Vern, what do you have coming going? What do you have coming?
I don't have any. I don't have anything. I actually was going to do a giveaway. I was going to announce something today, but I'll have to do it next week.
Oh,
No, we need
Or in a
some.
video.
I got those.
We need some-
Anybody else got those Spider-Man figures coming?
I found
No.
them in store.
I
I
don't
found
pre-order
3
anything.
of them.
Did you really?
Yeah, I got the Spider-Man on the gray card. that's
The
that.
new ones, the
I
movie
picked.
ones.
I saw. What you talking?
Oh, the movie
one.
ones. No, I didn't get the movie ones.
So
I'm
I
not bothering.
saw MJ. I saw Matt Mulder. Whatever his name is. Daredevil.
Yeah.
And then the
Murdoch.
Sandman, and they all look fantastic, and the card's nice and thick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But my problem with Hasbro is they're like a year late. I would have probably purchased those figures after the movie.
yeah,
But
I hear
because I don't care about that anymore, I just passed on it.
Wow.
Yeah,
don't
I have
care.
MJ. MJ showed up today. Toby will
actually
be
look
here.
in person, by the way, because it just looks awful in the pictures.
What? The MJ?
Yeah. Yeah.
It
I think
actually
she
looks really good. Yeah.
She looks good.
I really liked it. And then Toby will be here Wednesday with the final suit, and then Andrew Garfield's the one that got pushed back. He was supposed to come with MJ, and then he got pushed back now. So
I tell you, I saw them in hand, and I thought they all 3 of them look fantastic. I mean, they look like they came from the movie. But
I
is
saw
MJ? You think MJ's too tall?
I don't know. I thought it was like on par, but like the only thing I noticed was a couple QC issues with like the web markings on like the heads or the eyes or the prints and stuff. That's all I really noticed was like people having issues with, because I think somebody in our group
for
chat
Spider-Man?
actually had like an issue where they had to return one of them. Yeah.
I thought the
But that-
Sandman looked great, but he looked, he's plain, just one
And
color.
the Goblin looks awesome. Red Ranger Chris posted pictures of
Yeah, he
his
looks cool.
I haven't
Goblin.
seen that one.
He looked really good.
They're really
looks
good.
good in
I
pictures, too.
for $25 a pop, it's kind of a hard.
As long as they're putting, as long as they can, to me, like as long as they continue putting all the Spider-Man stuff on retro cards, I'll buy it. Like as long as it's on a card back where I can just hang it on the wall and not have to open it, I'm good.
See, I don't
Like
feel those need to be on a card back though. Those aren't really.
I'm fine with it though. For me, like that'll, you know what I mean? Like that's what I like with the Spider-Man stuff. I hate having to open it because like I have a little shelf of like stuff that I've had to open because of the plastic-free stuff. But I don't want like a Marvel shelf. You know what I mean? Like I'd rather just have the Marvel stuff on the wall and call it a day, and not have to actually have like loose figures out from Marvel Legends.
And I kind of think in general, all action figures should be on card backs. Like
They really should. Like Marvel
get
should
rid of
just
the box idea.
get rid of the box and go all the way to the retro cards. I'd be fine with that too. With Marvel,
Yeah.
especially.
The card is
Star
easy
Wars,
to flip through the
I guess it
page,
don't
press,
matter.
flip it in, they don't
Yeah.
fall off on the ground.
And
They
like
look
they've been doing a
good.
good job with the thick card backs. I know we're gonna be getting the newer Joe retros on that thicker card back, so that'll be a lot better.
And guarantee you're getting 20% more sales because people will get 2 of them to keep a carded one if it looks dope, and to open it because they're
well, that's what I did. That's what I did with a lot of the first wave of retro Joes. A lot of them I was able to grab like duplicates of, but now with these the
and
next
I get
wave,
it. I'm like that too. Like
I'm looking forward
really
to
good-looking
Scarlet.
retro cards.
I'm looking forward to Duke. I'm gonna have to buy 2 of each of those to open to make sure that like I have a classic Scarlet and a classic Duke on the shelf. You know.
Mhm.
So
They just need to be quicker with the release dates. Like when a movie comes out, no more than a month.
This had
No more
rights
than a month.
deals.
You can't wait a year after a
This
movie
had
comes out.
rights deals though. That's why like Andrew Garfield's on a Spider-Man 2 card and not the No Way Home card.
They're all a
They
little
had
different, right?
Yeah, they had issues with his likeness and Toby's likeness.
We'll
Toby
figure
had
it
the
out,
sign
man.
thing.
They could have
and-
released the other ones, couldn't they?
Well, they did. They released the 3-pack last year, and then they re-released these same figures just now with the alternate heads because that was what the issue was. They couldn't put them unmasked, and they couldn't get the rights to Andrew Garfield. So
Who is
that was
the
the way.
Marvel Legends? There's Aunt May, and who is it? Doc Ock.
Yeah,
Those are my cartoon versions.
I saw that in GameStop, and it's in just a little box. Like
they're in
it
the
doesn't even look
VHS.
big enough to hold 2 figures.
Yeah,
It
no,
was
and that's
hiding behind like a.
They're just
a
in little paper
3.7
bags
inch-
in there, Rick. They're just shoved in
Yeah.
paper.
Yeah, I
would
appreciate
love-
the artwork on it. It's just a weird display.
And now I really hope that whole line of VHS Spider-Man stuff that they did, those 3 2-packs or 4 2-packs, whatever they were, I would not be opposed to them putting them all individually on cards and reselling them because I would buy Carnage, I would buy Aunt May, I would buy Doc Ock, and I'd buy MJ if they were on the cards.
I'd buy Aunt May on a card back like that, just her alone. Yeah. I want a Doc Ock though on.
But a movie version is what you would get on that because you don't want the cartoon version, right?
No, I want those cartoon 2-pack versions.
Maybe it won't have
all re-released on card back.
Don't those VHS boxes
have? I would love a Marissa Tomei Aunt May though. I would. I was expecting her to come out with this No Way Home wave, but they went like Sandman and Matt Murdock instead.
But it would be digit. It would be a different actress.
I really am going to log off in like a minute or two. So if you want to wrap up your conversation,
we're doing our best to keep you on. We're trying hard, man. We're keeping you on as long as we can.
Yeah, because if you leave us running, none of us can exit out of it.
Stop it, right? Yeah. We have to talk forever.
Well, I would have added somebody on, but I mean, like, do you want me to add?
You have to end the stream. We can't.
It's fine. Yeah.
Jeopardy's coming back, and we need a few more players. We're going to start probably the second week of December.
I won last year, but I was disqualified because the Jeopardy host let somebody that I was playing against respond not in the form of a question, and then did not accept my correct answer multiple times. So it's rigged so that this guy down here wins all the time.
I'm already getting notifications from Mr. Bean's YouTube videos.
So far, our grand prize winners have been Ghosty, 1000th Ghost, Chris, and Steve-O from collecting Star Wars. Right?
Steve-O won too.
Yeah. The problem is that I would have went on to be a grand prize winner if rules were being followed. But this guy right here,
you can have another chance this year.
Nobody's beating Chris. Like, let's get that out of the way right now. Yeah. So I'll definitely be on. I don't gotta go against Chris first round.
I play no rules.
And we might have some more host shenanigans as Gary's Grail is going to be the official co-host this time.
Nice.
So, that's nice.
Yeah.
So there might be some host shenanigans if Geek Strong and Salacious have something to say about it. Decide to pop on and contest the choice of co-hosts.
All right, guys. Sorry to do this, but I heard voices, so I got my grandson downstairs. I think I'm gonna go spend some time with him. Anyways, everybody, thanks for joining us this week. See you next week.
Stay on.
Toys.